Let me tell you a story. You worship God or Satan. And so the artists had all their money stolen as supermodels, talent, and producers, and full-time artist teams who earned celebrity real estate 5 years into working, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years into working. Then it got replaced by nudes, where you could get nude to be gang raped and have people gang raped, and they had their own brand, Millionaire Real Estate, but they committed suicide as people who deserve the death penalty, people who are gang raped, to have people gang raped. So then that happened to employees, and they got replaced with the agencies with employees working at the stores for the runway division, where the stores who used to book them for in-store presentations replaced them by human trafficking victims who went online to these LGBT rights parties during the day because their parents wouldn't pay for them to be an employee. And they got gang raped with nudes in order to have people gang raped for an all-day, all-night party. And so they became slave trade brands, and they died as suicide victims and heroin addicts who overdosed on heroin. And so the companies who had managers like Harley Davidson got replaced by slave trade brands. So I went to Siren Studios for Harley Davidson, and it was replaced for every major company, for every company you can think of. So much so that every agency is ran by it for the clients. So their old agents became Victoria's Secret model slave trade brands. And they wouldn't work for them because they work for them. And they support Pharaoh and his lair getting paid. Like the ones who went to USC, who modeled part-time, and who became slave trade brands. But they're never compared to a Playmate slave trade brand, 2007. So the most successful campaign commercial theatrical photographers would be paid through the supermodel talent producers, the 5-year ones. And they would have 35-15 as real estate and sales for the LA, New York based 5-year ones. But if they were the most successful full-time ones for 7 years, as LA, New York, Bicoastal International, they would get Bicoastal and in Hawaii and 1 inland. And so people would have gotten the 35-15 as a supermodel talent or producer 5 years into working. So some would quit when it's like that and not be like the CIA to go get exploited for the slave trade and risk their life by themselves going in to work for slave trade who are paid off with their money. But the ones who risk their lives, who earns the money with the top percentage, the most amount of the revenue with the top percentage, worked 10 and 20 years, who earned those spots on TV as a direct booking for A-list. So they would never go trade in their job for a hotel per day to work for pornographers who've never been a campaign commercial theatrical photographer. They would only co-produce with their own category. And those are the ones who did it as millennials, 21 years, 10 and 5. And it would be the first 10 and then the last 10 paid through me, because it's not paid through 21-year less successful models who are in a different state or country, but also who are just less successful as party promoters and prostitutes. So I rejected the less successful hotel per day, every hour on the hour, for 21 years and counting, as a referral for party promoters and prostitutes who worked full-time.